Mental health is health. I've been at Nichols for 5 years now. Kind of made my way up through the ranks. Got on additional responsibilities since I've been here, but I've been a counselor for 13 years now. I've been licensed for 10 of those years. And before coming to Nichols, I did a lot of community-based work, nonprofit counseling with sexual assault victims, domestic violence victims, and those experiencing crisis pregnancies. So Nichols has kind of always been a dream job of mine, and I feel very lucky and blessed to have the job here that I do. The people of the older generation, and not just with mental disabilities, but physical disabilities, developmental disabilities, their idea was you lock those people up. You send them to an institution, they take care of them. We don't integrate them into regular everyday life. It's such a missed opportunity. And lots of, I'm assuming, legislative changes, cultural changes throughout the years where we realize that those people can contribute to society too, just in a different way than somebody who doesn't struggle with those. So the newer generation now has learned about inclusion, right? ADA made things so much more accessible to people. There's interactions with others who might think differently than we do, look differently than we do, process their emotions differently than we do, and yet we can still coexist with them and go through the process together. When you're working with someone who's very set in their ways, who was raised in cultural influences that looked at it very differently, they might look at this generation and be like, oh, that y'all just don't know. Like, y'all don't get it. Y'all being too accepting. There's a lot of ingrained stuff. So if you're working with somebody who's very stuck in their ways and closed-minded and not open to it, you might struggle with changing their thoughts and views. But if you can catch someone who is a bit more progressive and open-minded and say, yeah, I'm willing to hear you out, then use that as an opportunity to change minds. And I think that's what it will take, is not just the movement of the young people to say this is how it should be now, but to get people from the older generations to come on board. So we as professionals, we have to balance the desire to help people with the liability that comes with it, right? So confidentiality is huge. That's why our office is tucked away. People don't have to see them coming in the doors. I don't think the older generation would feel comfortable coming in, sitting on a couch and talking to a stranger for 45 minutes. But if I go outside and walk around the block and have a cup of coffee with them, or if they're raking up leaves and I get in and get my hands dirty with them, there's a lot of change that can happen by talking, but not just sitting and talking, like talking and doing. I feel like that older generation, that would make more sense for them. When it comes to the younger generation, we've tried to, I don't know if you've heard of our Cookies with Counselors we had put on for a while, where we went out into the dorms, the residence halls, and set up shop and just was like, okay, here's your space. We're now in your space. You come to us and talk about whatever. Versus come and seek us out and come and find us. I think just breaking down that wall that might be built up for some people by us being out of the way and a bit secluded. It's free and confidential counseling for students, faculty, and staff. And it covers a wide variety of issues. We run the gamut of just kind of your basic academic issues, relationship concerns, all the way up to self-injury and suicidal thoughts. I think the positive of it, if students can overcome this idea of this is a stranger I'm going to talk to, and actually embrace the benefits of this is somebody who does not know me or my background. The information that I give them is what they work with. For those who might not be there yet with wanting to talk to somebody, we do have the Serenity Space. We don't judge anybody, any of the choices they make. If we recognize that it's unhealthy, we offer options. Let's look at some ways that you can change some of this behavior because it doesn't sound like it's helping you, but we do it in such a non-judgmental way.